Hello everyone, this is Angel Imdad at Myco Studio today and we are hosting the Green Talks. Green Talks is all about the sustainable initiatives a person takes or a company takes, we talk about it. क्यों? ताकि आप भी अपनी sustainability game को strong कर सकें. So for today, we have an amazing person with us from a leading denim brand, which is Artistic Milliners, and we have Mustafa Ahmed on board with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Mustafa, for joining us. So, Mustafa, talking about the denim brands or clothing brands, usually they are very high water intensive work. Process के अंदर energy बहुत ज़्यादा लगती है. So, is there any initiatives Artistic Milliners is taking?
Absolutely. I think we are a water intensive and an energy intensive industry. तो इन दो चीज़ों पे तो बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस रहा है एंड सिंस वी वर्क विद ऑल द लीडिंग ब्रांड्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड दे आल्सो हैव दीज रेगुलेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स टू
Yeah.
cut down on water and everything. So we've invested heavily in water efficient machines. So we've replaced a lot of our operations to laser technologies. We've
Nice.
got enzyme washing.
Hmm.
Laundry is the biggest part where you get water,
Okay.
sort of in the whole process, consumed in the whole process. तो उसमें हमने बहुत काम किया. ओजोन मशीन्स बहुत सी आई, उसमें काम किया.
What's ozone machine?
So it's another way of washing laundry की cycle को करने का, but you have oxygenated water going through it.
Nice.
So the process sort of reduces the consumption of water
Very nice.
and conventional tumbling, right? So वो किया, but the best thing was to embed R&D into the recipes and see कि किस किस्म की stone washes को replace किया जा सकता है into enzyme washes and all of that. So this pair of jeans that you guys wear, which looks like a very normal piece of clothing, actually takes a lot of finishing
Yeah.
touches to it, and that's water intensive. So finishing processes को काफी water intensive चीजों से हमने हटाकर we took it to laser and enzyme washing and non-stone washing recipes.
Nice. मुस्तफ़ा, I think मैंने पहले कहीं पढ़ा था पुराने टाइम्स पे एक पेयर ऑफ जीन्स जो approximately 7,000 liters कंज्यूम करती है.
So that is a myth.
Okay.
But in a way that is the entire life cycle of the
Okay.
jeans.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not just the production process, it's the farming to the manufacturing to its end of life cycle. जो आप as a consumer अपने घर में भी washing machine में धोते हो. About 7 washes are considered
Yes.
into the life cycle of that jeans. तो वो हम लोग करते हैं. But this has considerably reduced because देखिए farming भी conventional से चली गई organic के ऊपर, regenerative agriculture के ऊपर. Then production operations have changed drastically over the years. They've become much more water efficient, water sensitive. And then the same went with the life cycle at the consumer end. Now, of course, we've gone on to circularity and upcycling and recycling. So वो भी एक has added to the fact that water has come very down per jeans.
Very, very nice. And talking about that, you mentioned about life cycle and circularity. I would ask you कि बहुत सारी चीजें हम प्रोडक्शन में डाल रहे हैं, उसकी लाइफ असेसमेंट भी, लाइफ साइकिल असेसमेंट के कितना पानी लग रहा है, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट इट. पर एट द सेम टाइम पोस्ट इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट भी बहुत सारा होता है. एंड टॉकिंग अबाउट पोस्ट कंज्यूमर, वो तो ऑफ कोर्स दैट्स another story to begin with. So आर्टिस्टिक का पोस्ट कंज्यूमर एंड पोस्ट इंडस्ट्रियल पे कितना फोकस है, टॉकिंग अबाउट द ऑफ कोर्स सर्कुलरिटी?
I think that's one of the biggest challenges now, and it takes priority on our sustainability goals as well. Circularity is the biggest thing, and it starts very much from the beginning.
True.
Design phase, right? आप जो चीजें लगा रहे हो वो reuse हो सकें, आराम से हट सकें, आराम से consumer उनको recycle कर सके.
Makes sense.
Whether it's your buttons, whether it's your zips, or whether any other accessory that you add to a jeans. So design stage mein now brands are becoming more conscious that these should be circular designs. We mashallah are one of the first industries that heavily invested in a circular park, which is a huge facility, and it is primarily for pre-consumer,
Okay.
pre-industrial, post-industrial waste, और हम उसको वहाँ पे mechanical recycling करते हैं. So again, not chemical because it takes a lot of water, so mechanical more. Or, one of the best things is that it has opened our eyes towards how we can also reduce at the source, to maybe load the circular path, but also reduce at the source. तो ये जाता है सारा माल वहाँ पे हमारे सर्कुलर पार्क में. इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल यूनिट, स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट यूनिट, mechanical threshing machines, and we convert it back into, raw form of
धागा?
cotton and into
ओह
then yarn.
नाइस, मतलब बिल्कुल आप वेस्ट को उठा के दोबारा जीरो पे ले
Zero
आए.
पे ले आए.
ओह नाइस.
So that is one thing that we're doing. We're stuck with pre-consumer, and at the moment we're struggling with materials which have a lot of other additions than cotton. But cotton जिनमें ज़्यादा है वो हम आराम से वहाँ पे जाके recycle कर लें.
Perfect, and it sounds really nice, very impactful as well. So, talking about circularity initiatives only, I've heard that Artistic is doing something with the youth and indigenous women as well regarding upcycling and
And
recycling initiatives.
we're doing it with you as well. I think we're very lucky to have partners in this area, and especially partners like you. और इसमें हम लोग upcycling पे देख रहे हैं.
Okay.
So, see, recycling is a very good initiative, but it adds to a footprint. It is energy intensive. It has people working on it, and a lot of industrial norms उसमें वापस include हो जाती हैं. With this, the good thing is that in upcycling you have to just add a little bit of value without a lot of footprint, and you can get a whole new life cycle for your product.
Wow.
And उसमें फिर हमने कहा कि just upcycling won't be the thing. We need to add another edge to it, and that would be having a social uplift to it. A social factor attached to it. So that is very true. जो आपने कहा कि we have added that as a chapter जिसमें indigenous काम हमारा highlight हो, हमारा art highlight हो. At the same moment वो काम हम दें vulnerable communities को, खवातीन को, especially able लोगों को, उनके साथ हम ये काम करें. So we joined hands with you, we joined hands with a few other partners, और हमने उन्हें कहा कि जी ये हमारा प्री कंज्यूमर वेस्ट है और कुछ हमारा पोस्ट कंज्यूमर भी है, और हमने इसको अपसाइकिल करना है. इससे और क्या बन सकता है? इंस्टेड ऑफ लैंडिंग इट इनटू अ लैंडफिल, हमने कहा ठीक है जी, इसको और क्या किया जा सकता है. एंड आई टेल यू, वी गॉट सम अमेजिंग प्रोडक्ट्स आउट ऑफ इट. सो मच सो कि हमारे जो कस्टमर्स हैं, ब्रांड्स हैं इंटरनेशनल, दे बिकेम इंटरेस्टेड. We landed an order, a small order, but we did land an order from one of our international customers on it. तो उससे फिर इन्होंने they came up with these amazing bags, jewelry items, home
Decor,
items, exactly, आपकी bed covers, bed sheets and everything. And some amazing tech stuff as well. आपके for all the new gen people, अच्छे mobile के handles हैं, technology stuff. So some amazing innovative things जो हमने देखी.
Very nice. I guess ये सब चीजें indigenous communities already कर रही होती हैं. But when companies like Artistic join hands with them, I guess एक next level boost भी मिलता है, और जो social impact की हम बात कर रहे हैं, that goes beyond words.
हम लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. We just lack that final touch, which makes it acceptable in the EU markets, in the American markets. वो जो finishing वाले touch है, quality. And at the same moment, we get a platform to market it. Yeah. These customers have their own shops and huge outlets. Yeah. उस पे ये बहुत अच्छा काम उस पे हम रख सकते हैं.
Perfect. तो मेरे ख्याल से जो देख भी रहे हैं, if they have a good idea about upcycling denim or textiles, you can definitely reach to Artistic Milliners. सोशल इम्पैक्ट की जब बात करते हैं, और सस्टेनेबिलिटी में हमेशा समझती हूँ it has connection with social impact as well as economical independence. So talking about it, Artistic के अंदर whenever I go, I feel very happy. उसके एक रीजन ये है कि मुझे काफी वहाँ पे खवातीन नजर आती हैं. So social impact की अगर थोड़ी सी बात करें, like if we can get a number, and what is the motivation towards it?
I think motivation started with our founders, the people who had this very close to their heart. मुझे याद है जब ये याकूब साहब जो हमारे चेयरमैन है, उन्होंने ये शुरू किया था, they were the first to employ a lot of women in their offices. And at that time it wasn't even a very normal thing to do, but he said कि नहीं जी, आएंगी खवातीन और हम इनको pick and drop देंगे और ये ऑफिस में काम करेंगी and everything. And that sort of cascaded over the years into the root levels of all the goals and aspirations of the business. Then, of course, there is regulatory requirement as well. I mean, the brands are very sensitive about it as well. कि women being such a huge proportion of our population must be represented. But fortunately, we did not just jump on the bandwagon because everyone wanted it. हमने बड़ा organically इसको लिया. We took it very naturally. The merit remained there. Women were inducted purely based on their talent and merit.
Wow.
Not
so what
because we
is the
needed it.
number at the moment?
We have more than 6,000 women, mashallah,
Wow,
working for
that's a big
Artistic.
number.
That's a
Amazing.
huge
That's
number.
amazing. So ये सब करना I'm sure एक बड़ी कंपनी के लिए भी आसान नहीं है. So what are the कुछ एक दो challenges that you want to talk about?
The biggest is pick and drop
Yeah.
timings, of course, that we have provided to
Yeah.
all our women. The transport is free.
And in general for sustainability, some challenges.
देखिए, for now at the moment सबसे बड़ा challenge जो है ना हमारा is कि हमारी overall growth has limited because of other challenges faced by the nation in general, चाहे वो energy challenge हो and you know बाकी business challenges हो, transport challenges हो. और unfortunately पाकिस्तान तो इन्हीं चीजों में काफी busy है, तो the fact that we have to invest on our own energy, own water, own everything, you know. तो वो चीज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल सपोर्ट हमें गवर्नमेंट से तो मिलनी नहीं है. सो
it's tough, of course.
It's tough. It's very tough. So, however, mashallah, being a bigger conglomerate, we had the financial muscle to do it on our own, which is something that we can't say about most of the other industries, right? So that would be a huge challenge for them. We have our own daycare, we have our own facilities for health and hygiene. We have our own programs on financial literacy. We have our own program on workplace safety.
Nice.
So all of these things are there because we can do it. But for smaller companies, small and medium enterprises,
it's
difficult.
And all of these add up to the holistic growth and approach as well, because of course everything has to come together.
वो जो आपने बात की ना कि ये this 6,000 just didn't happen overnight, right? So these trainings, these development,
it all adds up.
हाँ, this was what brought women in the pipelines.
Makes sense. So Mustafa, last चीज मैं पूछूंगी, हम बहुत बात करते हैं sustainability की, SDGs की, but what are some basic 3 to 4 things that you have adopted in your life, और वो routine की चीजें, or at least you try to do something sustainable in your own life?
I mean, the first and foremost is resource efficiency.
Very nice.
I keep
Very
telling
important.
Everyone, and that means all the resource efficiencies, right? So whether it's energy, whether it's water, whether it's a consumption of clothing, chemicals, cosmetics, everything, perfumes, there has to be a resource efficiency to it. I mean, I absolutely think the Japanese model should be here for Pakistan. You know, minimalistic, हर चीज. और वो होना बहुत जरूरी है. The same goes for when you go to an industry as well. You know, your raw material में resource efficiency now, so you end up wasting a lot.
Exactly.
You end up consuming more than your share. The footprint increases.
Definitely.
Right? So one thing that I do is, of course, the same for my household. कि जी मुझे peak hours में energy consumptions कम चाहिए. आपको पता है peak hours में हमारे bills आते हैं सारे. तो उसमें हमें एनर्जी कम करनी है. सोलर के ऊपर जाएं. मार्शल आर्टिस्टिक ऑफ कोर्स हैज इट्स ओन विंड पावर एंड सोलर पावर फुटप्रिंट.
Very nice.
About 14 megawatts in solar and 100 megawatts in wind. बट हम घर में भी अब सोलर पे बहुत आ गए हैं. बट इससे ज्यादा देयर स्मॉलर इनिशिएटिव्स, लाइक आपके वो टैप्स के अंदर एक वो छोटी सी एक फिटिंग लगता है. हाँ, सो इट ब्रिंग्स वाटर लेस एंड मोर एयर इनटू इट. तो वो आपको कंज्यूम ज्यादा नहीं करते. इसी तरह ब्रशिंग के दौरान डोंट पुट द टैप्स ऑन. इंश्योर दैट don't use a lot of bottled waters. That's a complete no for us.
Yeah, recyclables
जी आप use करें. And then recycle everything.
Very important. Anything you want to share with the audience, some tips?
I mean, I think for the new generation, I know that we as older millennials, we kind of kid around that they're very entitled, but mashallah they're also very aware. With our generation it took us some time. But they come out from the universities very aware of it. I would just recommend and encourage them to buy things which have these initiatives on it.
True.
Peel out items, recycled items, give them priority, give them preference. instead of going for these brands or stuff which have absolute no
Mhm.
courtesy for these things, go for recycled items, recycle kare, things that are biodegradable. Go for those sort of things.
Beautifully said, Mustafa. And I guess मुझे तो बहुत मजा आया आपसे बातें करके.
Same here.
And I guess हमारे viewers को भी बहुत मजा आएगा. And thank you so much, Mustafa, for joining us. And keep doing green things. Thank you so much.